Hey everybody, welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly News. I'm sure everybody knows what's going on. I just like to take this time to reflect on my thoughts for the past week and just what's going on in the world today as it pertains to prophecy and, where we're headed as a global community. And, as usual, it doesn't look good. I just run through these headlines and I'll make my comments because, there's a whole spectrum of things that are going on that basically, in their own have an impact on where the world's headed. But when you add it all up, there's no place for this world to go except towards an implosion. A clash of cultures and ideas and nations that are vying for the limited resources of the planet. And so with that, we'll just get started. And one of the things, one of the headlines that it just cracks me up that it doesn't crack me up. It's really sad that through Planned Parenthood and through, curandera, backroom, coat hanger, ritualistic sacrifice, we kill more fetuses in this country every day than people are born on the planet. I bet. I don't know the stat, but at the same time, you have these Japanese scientists creating viable mouse eggs in a laboratory dish that may offer a new route for treating infertility in people. And how crazy is this? I mean, how crazy is this as a society that we will sanction the slaughter of millions of fetuses and praise, scientists for creating a new way to create life, as if God's way, wasn't good enough. So these are the kind of things that piss God off. Okay, I'm not speaking for God, but this is written throughout the Bible, slaughtering his children. One thing that cracked me up is, I'll tie this into gas prices, is that the Saudi Arabians in Dubai, one of the wealthiest countries in the world, some of the wealthiest people in the world per capita, are raising cash to pay debt. So they're basically financing their debt right now through issuing securities. And I guess given the global interest rates, it's easier just to pay a little by little right now when you have a guy worth $20 billion trying to raise $500 million, okay, for his country to pay down debt. Insane. The nerve of some people. And basically, as if they couldn't finance it alone, there's got to be $500 million in the increase in gas prices that are going to happen in the next several months. Okay, and that'll take us over there to the gas prices. And what I'm looking at is, right here, California gasoline prices hit all-time high twice. And now I said, maybe 6 months ago on Facebook that, when gas prices go over $5, you know it's about to go down, okay? And now what we're seeing right now is you've got some places where it's $5.60 in California, okay? And basically, what does this mean? I mean, is OPEC putting the squeeze on us? Are they limiting the supply of gas so that, we will suffer? No. This is basic economic theory that if there's a gazillion dollars on the foreign market, on the world market, okay, the international market demand for dollars is such. As soon as you print 1,000,001, that demand decreases somewhat. So when you got gazillion dollars and now you're adding hundreds of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars on a regular basis, the demand for dollars goes down, so the price of goods that those dollars could buy have to increase to meet that increase in supply for equilibrium to come back to where it was. And so we have no idea what's going on, and we're like, oh, what, they're squeezing us, gas prices are going up. Duh. We've been just hearing how Federal Reserve is printing dollars. So you think these OPEC nations are stupid? I mean, they have economists on the payroll that are saying, you need to jack up the prices. You need to jack up the prices. This dollar ain't the same as it used to be. And if you want to take these profits and go buy some things, you need more of these US dollars. So, if the only person you have to blame for high gas prices, it's not Barack Obama, it's Ben Bernanke, okay, the head of the Federal Reserve, because it's his policies of stimulus that has led to this increase in gas prices, and it means an increase in prices all across the board. So with this kind of, I guess, inflation, we're heading towards a measure of wheat for a denarius, a day's wage for a loaf of bread, a day's wage for a tank of gas. So just consider that. That's just one thing you need to look at. As these prices start to go up, as we continue to print dollars and buy securities, okay? We're buying our own debt with fake money. If you want to learn more about it, research the term fiat currency. That's what we have. And then do a little supply and demand economics. Study supply and demand, equilibrium, fiat currency, and go read some articles on what the Federal Reserve is doing. Our dollar is being devalued, and the only way to correct it is to devalue the dollar to reflect its accurate value in the marketplace, and that would hurt a lot of people's savings, okay? So I just want to put that out there. If you got a bunch of money in the bank, you need to watch it. All right. Now let's go back to this embassy tragedy, where I was saying a couple weeks ago, look, this dude was CIA. Okay, he wasn't a political appointee. He wasn't some rich and powerful guy's buddy that you got to protect and take care of because you need that money for your reelection. When they took Libya, they put a spook. They put a CIA agent in charge of the embassy there as the ambassador. And I was saying all this based on my experience in the Foreign Service. And now look, you have the revolt of the spooks. Okay, one of theirs was killed. So now they're pissed. Intelligence officials angered by Obama administration cover-up of intelligence on Iranian Al-Qaeda surge in Egypt and Libya. Okay. Who's exposing it? The CIA guys are coming up with these documents saying, hey, he tried to warn you guys. He tried to get some help. And you basically shipped guys out of there. Security guys were transferred out of there, exposing him. All of this stuff, people, is chess. It's politics. I was playing my little boy Greg in chess yesterday. And he was giving up some pieces, and I was taking them. I was on it. I'm gonna whoop this kid again. And he set me up. I took a piece, bam, he got my queen. Yeah, I'm not the best chess player, but his strategy was to give up some pawns to get the big players, okay? You gotta know that this kid in the White House ain't no different, alright? He's giving up pawns. He's got a bigger agenda out there. And all this stuff plays into this script that has them doing exactly what they need to do. The gas prices, the foreign I guess you want to just say our international problems. I mean, we could solve all this. If we did this. If we just put out a press release, if the President of the United States said, look, tell you what, you guys can have the world. Anybody comes close to us, we're going to set off thermonuclear war, okay? But until then, You guys fight over the world. We're done. We're going to take care of the American people, and we're going to shut it down. We're going to invest in nothing but ICBMs. We're going to bring all our soldiers home. We're going to build big old fences around our borders, and we're going to start to go back to producing goods and services that people around the world want because we sell culture. And then we're going to take that money and we're going to take care of the people, and we're going to take care of the kids, and we're going to take care of the sick, and we're going to take care of the elderly. Because the world's going to hell. Why do we continue to sacrifice our American people, our soldiers, okay? Our senior citizens, our children, okay, who can't even get school lunch, and the school lunch they're getting can't even feed them, okay? So that's just me. But you can't do that, because as Eisenhower warned, this country is not run by American citizens. This country's run by the military-industrial complex, which is basically the vehicle by which foreign bankers and foreign investors pull money out of the United States economy on a regular basis, okay? So the Congress is now going to probe security flaws for Libya diplomats, okay? Now Congress has to come in and pretend like they really care, you know, and maybe some of them do, but they're all on the take, all right? Everybody's on the take. So, you know, it's going to take millions and millions of dollars to find out what I told you two weeks ago or whatever, that this guy was CIA. He was left hanging. He tried to get some help, but they left him hanging because he was nobody special. And now it's got to be a big old cover-up because he was a pawn in their game, you know. Save us some money. You know, give us all a buck to go to the gas station. This was an interesting one. These pastors are saying that this Sunday is they rally for freedom, all the pastors, and stand against tyranny, and they're going to basically endorse candidates and give their political opinions, and they're getting involved in the world, okay? Now, I think this is a ploy. I think this is all about, oh, what's new at the church? Oh, they're going to talk about politics. Let's go. We never went when they talked about God. Why? Because they weren't even talking about God. So it says, Patriots, will you stand with me and challenge your pastors to join with us this Sunday? Are you willing to part ways with your pastor if he is one of the gutless that won't get into the political arena against the IRS's 501c3? Demand that you stay out of politics for your tax-free status? Are you willing to answer to your children when they ask you why you didn't rise up and defend their freedom when it's gone? There are still a couple of surviving victims of the Nazi Holocaust alive who might be able to prep you for that conversation if you are too afraid to act now. What a joke. What a joke. All of this would be fine if it says that the pastors were going to go out and everybody's going to challenge their whole congregation to go out in the streets and witness to people because the end of the world is near and Jesus Christ is coming, but the Antichrist comes first, and we need to go and get everybody prepared so that we can plant seeds and we can go out and harvest these last grapes through the thorns. That ain't the challenge. This is just another PR attempt to put more people in the church, okay? And part ways with your pastor if he's one of the gutless, if he won't take a stance and tell you who he's voting for. What a joke, people. What a joke. The church is a joke. I'm sorry. It's just, it was prophesied, so why am I surprised? Okay? So look, EPA celebrates Children Health Month and encourages recruiting students for energy patrols at school. And this goes back to that little Nazi reference where, look, how the government's getting involved and having kids do their little dirty work, saying they're leaving the lights on, they're leaving the air conditioning on. The air conditioning wasn't at 69 or 83 or whatever it is, just conditioning us. Conditioning the kids to just follow the lead and be loyal to the government and not their parents and not their God, okay? So the United States is quickly going to hell in a handbasket, people, and it's no wonder. You got the Detroit police over here saying enter at your own risk. The police enter at your own risk. The police union says warlike Detroit is unsafe for visitors. So basically, the union guys, okay, they ain't getting the money they want. They ain't getting the okay. What it means is they're saying that they're short-staffed, which means is our guys are working too much for the pay they get. They need more officers so our guys get paid the same and work less, okay? So what does that mean? Well, they wouldn't do it, so now they've turned on them, and these cops basically have turned their back on this city that depends on them for protection. It's the highest murder capital. It's the highest city with the murder rate in the United States, and the cops are afraid. Okay, they're outnumbered. And this is normal, everyday life. Can you imagine how useful your local police force is going to be when people just rise up? It is going to be anarchy and chaos, and the cops will be the first to run. Because they're targets. Everybody's going to go bust a popo if they can, because they know that this is anti-establishment time, and this is kill them all, and the police are targets. So don't look to your police department to save you, people. Don't look to your police department to rescue you in this time of trouble that's coming, okay? If anything, tell them you got their back. Tell them you got a bunch of water and food, and you could use an extra gun, an extra good shot. You know what I mean? But for the most part, this is all a game. This is all about money. Now these cops are basically could care less about the city that won't pay them the money they want. And now unnecessary deaths are going to occur, and people aren't going to be apprehended like they could have, because you don't have people doing their job out of a sense of duty anymore. It's a joke, It's a joke. On the international scene, yeah, let's go international. Turkey retaliates after second Syrian shell hits village. Now you got Turkey wanting to bust Syria. You have Egypt calling for Bashar to step down. Okay? You have the United States financing the CIA, Al-Qaeda in there, causing problems. You got this Muslim Brotherhood, this free Syria movement that's in there fighting, and now you've got sovereign states like Turkey ready to throw heat, and they're retaliating. They're firing artillery. Okay, they fired around into Syria, and basically these are acts of war. This is war, people. The Middle East is at war, and we just think it's going to go away. We're crazy. Israeli jets stage mock raids over South Lebanon. Why? Because they're going to try to defend South Lebanon. Why? Because the Zionists think they deserve to occupy Lebanon as part of the land promised to the Jews, okay, through Moses by Yahweh. So now they're showing force. These mock raids, okay. Basically, this is how it goes down. You throw some mock raids out there, you do it on a regular basis, somebody's going to shoot down your plane, you get to go to war. That's all that's about. Let's hope they shoot one of us down. Let's put one of our pawns out there and hope they get taken and captured so we can send the bishops to queens, okay? And speaking of the bishops and the queens, because they all work for the same guy, the Catholic leaders gather to counter decline of faith. Duh. Now you think when the Catholic Church is saying that they're trying to find out what's stopping them from spreading the gospel. When is the last time a Catholic has come up to any one of us or anybody on the street and said, "Do you know Jesus? You need to be saved." Okay? They don't spread the gospel. They spread the institution that is the Catholic Church. Okay, they call that spreading the gospel. Spreading the gospel is what you and me do when we hit the streets, when we're at the movie theater, or we're everywhere else, and we engage somebody in a conversation. Say, "You know Jesus?" and willing to look a fool. That's spreading the gospel. Okay, and you got all these guys with their paper fish hats trying to get together to talk about what's wrong with the spreading of the gospel. How come they're not doing it when really they're all getting ready for what they got to do? They've got an agenda, okay? And that agenda is to unite all the world's religions, because they've realized the gospel's played out according to them, Okay? They've taken it as far as they can. And now, like Ishtar and Christmas, that the winter solstice and the spring solstice that they incorporated into their religion so that they can have more people, they're going to now start to officially incorporate Islam and Buddhism and things like that, because they're already in talks with them. They're already doing joint activities with them. They might as well bring them all in. Give them all their little temple right here on church grounds so that they can, tax them. So, curious to watch Pope Benedict in the next few whatevers, because he's a central figure to global prophecy. Okay. Taliban mock U.S. as Afghan war enters its 12th year. This headline should say that the Taliban are still killing our soldiers as we're in our 12th year of growing poppies for the global heroin market, okay? The reason we're there is for heroin, okay? That's why we're there. We sell heroin, okay? If you don't know that, you got to wake up. France's Hollande vows more security to allay Jewish fears. So he's saying, we'll put more police near the synagogues and things like that, because there's radical Islamists in France targeting the Jews, and this is all a joke. If, what's one cop going to do? You know what I mean? I went to my Messianic Jewish temple is right next door to a Jewish community center, and my kid goes to the soccer practice, and we go to the wrong door, and the security girl with no gun comes out. "Can I help you?" And it's like, duh, don't kids dressed in soccer uniforms always come to this building on this day? And why are you sweating me like that? I said, why don't you smile? What's wrong with you? Can you smile? She's coming at me like I'm a threat to these Jewish people. Okay? She's insane, because she couldn't stop a legitimate threat. It's just this whole air like the world's out to get us, we're Jews, and the world wants to kill us. No, if the world wanted to kill you, you'd be dead. And if you loved your Lord and you had faith in God, you don't care when you're dead. As soon as you die, the better. As soon as you can be brought to the Lord without killing yourself, it's a glorious day. And people don't get it because they don't have faith. Okay, so stop pretending you can stop a threat by having some little kid think he got underwear bomb or something. You know what I mean? Get real, people. Somebody wants you dead in this world, you are dead. Okay? So, here we go. American women are marching in Pakistan, and basically Code Pink is a group of mothers and women, and they're in Pakistan to march from Islamabad to that country's tumultuous tribal belt to protest American drone strikes that reportedly kill civilians along with their terrorist targets. Okay, and basically, Ali McCracken, she's one of the 24 American women, said in an email, Obama's worse than Bush in some respects. He uses drones significantly more than Bush ever did, allowing him to carry out covert wars all over the world with zero accountability to Congress or the American public. Are you ever going to see this on the NBC Nightly News? Are you ever going to see this on CBS News? No, it's going to be some random article because these women are Americans and they're getting some pub, and U.S. News and World Report has the courage to at least bring this to our attention, but they're not going to do an in-depth report on it. Okay, this is going to have its moment, it's going to go away. But basically, you got these women over there signaling to us, hey, what are we doing? You know how much money it costs to put these drones out there to fire these weapons? How come we're not spending that on orphans? How come we're not spending that on trying to solve the homeless problem? How come we're not giving that to some of the police in Detroit? Because we don't care. It's about global domination, okay, and the fall of the United States while we're at it. Let's throw that in there while we're at it. So Voyager, they think Voyager has exited the solar system, but you're going to see that Voyager is going to play an important role in the return of the fallen angels. So I'm just going to put that out there. It hasn't exited the solar system. Right now it's on board some ship, and it's going to be brought back to us as proof. You know what I'm saying? that kind of stuff is going to be used against the people. They don't even know what lying wonders and miracles and mega signs are until this stuff starts happening, and then you'll know what that means. Okay, it isn't going to be something that any human can do. It's going to be stuff that only supernatural entities have the ability to do, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of the scenarios. Okay, to prove to us that they're out there. And back to the president. You got Newt Gingrich commenting that Jack Welch conspiracy theory on jobs rings true to people. Okay, you know who Newt Gingrich is, but if you don't know who Jack Welch is the former, I think he's a General Electric CEO that helped build that company. And if people don't know, General Electric has more components in the nuclear submarine bombing systems. They're right there. So I mean, this is a defense contractor, GE. They bring good things to light. We also have the ability to turn the lights off because of GE. So Jack Welch is that former CEO who's now a business guru, Fortune magazine contributor, and he's basically saying these numbers are rigged. And yeah, they're mostly part-time numbers. If you really look at them, it's part-time employment. And why is part-time employment gone up? Because part-time employment doesn't come with the benefits. Okay, it doesn't come with the overtime. You hire 2 part-timers to make up for 1 full-timer, and now you don't have to pay benefits because they're part-time. So it's just another indication that the economy is all jacked up. And so they're fudging these numbers with the timing right after the whole debate, right? The day after the debate or something, you heard, oh, jobs are up. It's a joke, okay? Do you know anybody that got a job? I mean, I do. I met somebody who got a good job. But it's probably part-time, okay? So look, this is going to get crazier. Okay, you think these people with so many millions and hundreds of millions and billions of dollars on the line for the election can't come up with some fudged economic figures to help their cause? You're living in la la land. Okay, so that's my take right now. I'm just looking. I want to thank the Drudge Report for putting this stuff out there. Go to the Drudge Report. You want to laugh? I won't say it. I won't say any of this. But read the Snoop Dogg tweets 10 reasons not to vote for Romney. All right. If you want to laugh today, go to the Drudge Report. Check that out. But for the most part, gas is at $5.99. It's approaching $6. Okay. I get my '66 Ford out of the paint shop today, and I was looking forward to cruising it. And now with these gas prices, maybe it's better off. So now, what do? Just be patient. Witness to as many people as you can. The end of time is approaching. These are the last days, okay? We look at these Middle Eastern conflicts, we look at our economy, and you need to know it's all going to go down at one time. This is orchestrated from God the Almighty, Yahuwah. He's in control of everything, the good and the bad. He's bringing the world to its end, and Satan and his little puppets think that they're getting where they want to be. Okay? But it's God. Okay, because he's going to call us all home. But before he does that, he lets Satan have his day. Okay? And before Satan has his day, it looks like a few other people need to have their day. It's going to build to this crescendo, but you got to know it's all going to jump off at one time. The whole world will not know what happened. The only people that have any idea are those of us who are watching this stuff and those who are implementing policy and making the decisions and little secret handshakes in the back rooms following dark sentences. Okay? Be prepared. Be prepared. Okay, I was pleading with the woman to just get 20 gallons of water. Why do you want to have something like this go down with all the money you have? Why do you want something like this to go down and you're jacked up because you didn't spend $50 on a bunch of water? Okay? So just be prepared, but more importantly, be spiritually prepared, that at any day, forget all the end of the world stuff, forget about the end of America, martial law and all that. You don't know how many minutes you have on this planet, okay? So you need to be ready at all times, and until you go, you need to be doing your Father's work, okay? And we all are not doing enough of that, okay? Not judging us, I just know it. It's hard. Doing God's work is hard. It's a selfless act that has to have us out there risking rejection and looking foolish, okay? So that's my challenge, you know. Everybody should be fasting, you know, once a week, okay? Praying constantly, repenting constantly, okay? Being prepared, preparing yourself as a chaste virgin, giving up the toxics, giving up the drugs, the alcohol, the things you think that you need to get by, okay? The mother's little helpers. You got to stay sober, and you got to cleanse your body. No more fast food, no more junk food, okay? Preparing your temple for the Holy Spirit to reside within you, okay? I love you guys, and I pray for you guys. I pray for strength and courage and wisdom and power of the Holy Spirit as you go out in your daily lives and witness and worship the Lord and do the things that God would have you be doing as you await His return. And I love you guys, and I pray in Yehoshua's precious name and in the name of the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. Amen. Peace.